Let's mock up and discuss best practices regarding teaching and practicing client intake procedures. All right. I think it's important that the students have a form that has the permissions laid out where clients have to initial and they have to practice reading through and understanding how to even word a lot of this stuff. I believe that intake forms should have a consent element that address a lot of these issues, everything from not doing spinal manipulations to no impropriety, as well as the classic, name, birthday, health history, issues that they want focused on, regions they want focused on, all that stuff. But then this goes further and has like permissions listed, all of that, okay? And it's one where best practice is that a client comes in, they fill all this out, and then the therapist goes over it with them verbally. Thus, we are creating a very clear professional atmosphere that will put people at ease. And through that, we're avoiding so many elements that could lend themselves to misinterpretation, right? All right, and liability-wise, shows that you did your due diligence. There you go. Let's mock that up real quick. Hi, I'm Luke. I'll be your massage therapist today. I see we're focusing on neck, shoulders, low back. Any other issues I need to be aware of? Any recent injuries, surgeries, any meds on here that would be important to know? All right, excellent. Let's go over these permissions again real quick. Understanding that massage therapy does not diagnose illness or disease, nor perform any spinal manipulations. Understood? Excellent. Understanding that massage is non-sexual and the session will be immediately terminated and potentially reported if there's any impropriety or sexual suggestiveness, innuendo, all that stuff. Good, excellent. And then we're gonna make sure, this is an example, if they've never had a massage before, all that stuff, but confirming, are you comfortable in laying in all positions? Are you comfortable laying face down? Okay, good. On your back, good. How about on your side? And I'm sure many people are not used to that idea, but I would clarify all of this. And I go, okay, excellent. You're comfortable with laying in all positions, great. And further, it's important to, for regardless of what we're focusing on, the body is so interconnected that working on all regions of the body is essential. My draping is very modest, and there'll be some cases where I'll be working over the sheet. I use my forearms a lot, and in many areas of the body, that'll be something that I predominantly use just for safety and all that stuff. Are you comfortable with us working in the hip and lumbar region? Okay, excellent. Are we okay to work in the abdominal region? Excellent. Are we okay to work here in like the chest and shoulder area? Excellent. And again, I'll probably be using my forearms in those areas, all right? And if anything's uncomfortable and you don't want it done, it can be, you don't want your hair messed up, you got ticklish feet, any of that I need to know about, okay, great. And I just wanna make sure that, the whole time as we're laying there, pressure, if the table's warm enough, if you need another blanket, just all these things, we're getting to know each other, I'm getting to understand your body, and then these first sessions, I might check in on you a little bit extra just to make sure you're comfortable and everything's going smoothly. Wonderful. And then explaining the table setup, utilizing this. All right, so what we have here is this is gonna help keep you cozy and covered on the outsides of your body, so we can position your arms and all that stuff. So you're gonna lay, face down with this just across the top of your chest, and this coming down under your arms and down on the sides of your body. Excellent, sound good? And if it's too uncomfortable, we can always adjust that. And that would be the explanation there. I just need to, like anything, tell them what sheet to get under. It all gets included as part of the process. And then once they're on the table, we go from there. But I can't begin to express how, and I've even suggested for some people that find these elements like socially awkward to even like grab the textbooks and show pictures of the draping in each position And all of that, or even taking pictures of themselves and how they conduct themselves in a session and having that part of the paperwork. That way they could show a series of pictures of what to expect and how the session would even be conducted from region and position. And that in itself, if we can just preempt and help a person know what to expect out of the session before they're laying there in a more vulnerable state, that can cover and avoid so many issues.